Alright, what is up everyone? Here we are with JJCatz Nod. I talked about this a little bit in the GDI video, but we'll go over it now properly, of course. This is a wheel rifle deck, which I'm not a big fan of. Wheel rifle is super aggro, which is, it used to be a lot better than it is now. I think Combined Arms has been the best for a pretty long time though. And these are just like really cheap. This is like a proper aggro deck, except these are like really heavy. You're basically relying on Seth for your heavy anti-infantry, which in this metagame I think is really bad, because Mutant Chuggy is a nightmare. Like, trying to kill Mutant Chuggy with Rifle Wheel is awful. And then Tick is much worse versus Mutant Chuggy than Scorpion is, because against Mutant Chuggy you need to Raider your tank to kill the Chuggy, whilst the Chuggy is trying to kill your infantry. And Scorpion has way more hit points whilst moving than Tick Tank, so Tick Tank will just get murdered by the Chuggy, by the Mutant, while you're trying to Raider it to kill the Chuggy, which is horrendous. And you can't just burrow either, because Mutants will still Shrek you whilst you're burrowed. The other really popular deck is Chuggy Giga, which has the same problem. Like, you need to Raider your Tick Tank to kill the Giga, because you can't just park, because it'll just shoot you from 2 tiles away. So you have to Raider it towards it, and then you have no hit points. So I actually think Tick Tank is really, really bad in this meta game. Like, at least versus Nod. I think Tick Tank is really poorly positioned against Nod. Wheel Rifle is just too low hit points. Like, you need one of these units to be a beefier anti-infantry unit, because the meta game is very revolving around Laser and Mutant and Chuggy and so on. And Shocks are really popular again. Like, Shock Pitbull is going to be a tough matchup, because they just spam a bunch of Pitbulls on top of a Shock, and you have no way to kill the Shock, because you just have wheels that will die to the Pitbulls. At that point you have to switch into Tick Tanks to fight the Pitbulls, and again you want the Raider. So yeah, I think the GDI deck was pretty solid. It was a sniper deck. I went 10-0 with it. I liked the deck a lot. Thought it was really good. It's very similar to the kind of sniper decks I'd play, but this one I don't like this one at all. I think Tick is really bad right now. I think you really need a heavy anti-infantry unit. I don't think you can get by with just wheels and military. But we will play some games and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not hopeful though. I don't like this deck as much. I think this deck would be a lot better if the militants were flamers. I actually think flamers right now are pretty good. They give you a lot more game against mutants and against opposing shocks and so on. I also think that the Tick Tank is just worse than Scorpion in this metagame. Like, I don't think you ever really, like, the burrow advantage is not good in this metagame. And you have nothing to combo with it either. Like, I played a Tick Catship deck while Catship was really strong. And I played Tick Chuggy as well. And both of those make a lot of sense. But Tick Militant Wheel I don't think really makes any sense. So yeah, not gonna lie to you guys, not a big fan. MLRS, another thing where I'd rather have a Scorpion. To be honest, both tanks are bad versus an MLRS, but obviously the Scorpion can survive a hit and the Tick Tank can't. So again, the burrow is not good against an MLRS. If he has shocks as well, yeah. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I have to send wheels in to kill the shocks, and then he kills them with MLRS, and I have no way to really push in against that. So yeah, really, the first game is already showing off kind of like a big problem with this deck. I don't know why he retargeted the lasers. Like, he needs to protect his MLRS surely. Alright, well, we've only got wheels to fight these shots, so I guess we're using wheels. Yeah, I mean, this is already a real field bad. I'm gonna try and get a second Tick Tank forward. I kind of just don't want to play infantry at all. I don't want to get into an infantry fight against shocks because they just beat me so much. There goes the Tick. I mean, I have a Phantom in my air tower as well, which does nothing. It just feels like a really rough matchup.
As you wish. Got it. We're ready to as you wish. Let's do it. It'll be a bloodbath. Unit offline.
Alright, we did manage to take down another MLRS. This is going to get worse the longer it goes on though, like this is definitely not a... This situation is not getting any better for me. It's definitely getting worse each time. And the later we go, the worse it gets.
Unit ready. Unit offline. Unit offline.
Running real low on money for replacement tick tanks as well.
Unit offline. Arcade. Just kill me. We're ready to serve.
I just have to try and tempo him out. Like we have to try and win the game by having borrowed tick tanks hold out for long enough against the MLRSs.
Unit offline.
Attack bike ready to roll. Bike ready to roll.
Here comes a boosted MLRS. This is basically how we win the game, it's just by tempo.
Unit ready.
Yeah, that's how we get him. We just win by tempo. Just keep him off the pads. Like if he ever gets the MLRS set up, we can't push into it again. Like MLRS with shots in front, we can't push into. But he never got the MLRS far enough forwards.
3, 2, 1. New objective
Come on
available.
again, alright.
Building online. Unit ready.
Mad Mike is asking, get Flames and swap Seth for Kane. I wouldn't play Kane.
Unit
Like, I
ready.
just don't think Kane is good in this meta at all. I would probably swap the Militants for Flamers or the Wheels for something else. Like a Venom or a Chuggy. And I would probably play a Scorpion over a Tick Tank at the moment, but I would not switch. I would play Oksana or Seth. I would not play Kane.
Unit offline. Building online.
I think there is almost no reason to play Kane in this meta game. It's just not good.
Unit offline.
Alright, looks like Tomlin switched deck as well because he had shocks last time.
Militia here.
He also opened Dog last time.
Destroy the GDI. What's needed? We're ready to
Razorback.
serve.
We have Phantom, but we can't get anywhere close to affording it. So we're going to have to use bikes for a bit, which is terrible. You never want to be using bikes against Razorback, really. Yeah, it's going to murder one for our rifle. Still bad, man. I could go Seth here, but I really need to save up for a Phantom as quickly as possible. Like, Phantom is going to be a critical part of our success. If we kill this Razorback, then maybe we can afford to... No. I think I have to send by myself time. I'm going to send the bikes up here as well to support. Because then there's going to be bikes to hold the pad against the Razorback. Alright, so that step actually did work out. We really want to go Phantom though against Razorback. And again, this is going to be an awkward situation because we don't have an anti-infantry unit capable of walking into these missiles and fighting them whilst there's a Razorback defending. It's actually pretty difficult to kill missiles with rifles whilst there's a Razorback around.
Ready to serve.
And he does still have the MLRS. Interesting.
Unit offline.
Ready to throw it. Taking hit. Ready to pull out. Waiting target.
Run the Tick Tank away before he gets hit by the MLRS. Or absorb the shots with his rifles as well and try and get the Tick Tank in. If we can get the Tick Tank burrowed next to it, that's what's the keys. Come on, Tick Tank, burrow faster! No. Oh, actually it lived. Nice. Wow, okay, that was a big deal. Good job, Tick Tank. Then we'll just send the Phantom over here. Someone that should win the game. We can't kill everything in time. Very nice. Very nice. Good job, Tick Tank. Great job.
Enemy base destroyed. 3, 2, 1. New objective received. For the
I think this guy plays Fortress.
Building
Or
online.
used to.
Unit ready.
Fortress is not good on this map. So if he is playing Fortress, it probably bodes well for us. Although having said that, you can just like Fortress up one pad. And then this is just incredibly frustrating to try and break it. Because it's a 2-pad map, those kind of things happen. So we want to try and like incentivize him to Fortress the bottom pad so we can go after his Harvester.
Your command.
There's the MLRS, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Fortress. I didn't mean to go Rifleman here.
Advancing.
I meant to go,
Revving the engine.
I meant to go lasers. honestly.
Your command.
So the key to beating Fortress is, yeah, definitely Fortress. Let's just go an MSV. The key to beating Fortress is kind of to keep them off tempo as much as possible.
Rolling out.
Laser squad powering.
Revving the engine.
Nuclear missile launched.
You're in trouble. You're advancing.
Yeah, this is gonna suck. Our deck has no way to really break Fortress.
Unit offline.
This looks like a pretty horrible matchup,
Unit
honestly.
offline. No command. Unit ready.
He has Mayday Slingshot preemptively. I like it. Love a preemptive Slingshot.
Your command.
Laser squad is
Don't have an air unit on the field, but he just made a Slingshot.
Laser squad
Big fan.
powering.
Advance Boyka ready to roll. Your command.
I don't even know why I shot the Slingshot, like killing it is clearly a misplay. So yes, he's going to Fortress up one pad, and then we have to find a way to break that pad, or attack his base, I guess.
Laser squad.
Probably want to attack his base, because breaking the Fortress is almost impossible.
Laser squad. Tick tank. Hungry for your command. For King. Revving.
Harvard. Lasers. Lasers.
Happy to
No command.
Boyka advance. Ready to.
Laser squad. Ready for anything. No command.
Forward. Time to gorge.
Unit offline.
Hungry for blood. Tick tank.
Lasers hands heat.
Forward. Do it better.
Laser squad. Taking position.
Tick tank. Ready to fighting a new forward. Do it better. Happy to see the sun. Sticking it forward.
Unit ready.
Fighting a new hole.
Unit offline.
Ready to dig deep to the surface. Tick tank. Hungry for blood.
Waiting for it to fire, and then we're going into the
Ready
other
to
tick.
tank. Moving position. Tick tank. Hungry for
Unit
blood.
ready.
Tick tank. Heading out. Tick tank.
What an insane game. What an absolutely ridiculous game.
Ready to dig deep.
Unit offline.
I need to get a tick tank up to his base. Oh, I have drill pod. I can drill pod his base as well.
Unit
Good idea.
offline.
Alright, figured out. Oh, he's playing range cannon.
Unit offline.
I think it's probably just a slingshot holding up here, so I'll just send some lasers in and take it. This is a very bad Fortress map, like I said.
Unit offline.
But if we didn't have the alternate win condition of going after the base, I don't know what we would do, because we can never just break him on one pad.
Mission accomplished.
Alright, dubious.
One. New mission
You know,
received.
he has like tank
Harvester ready.
and what else he got? I don't really remember, to be honest. I remember that Seth was real good against me when I was playing snipers, but I suspect he's going straight into War Factory here, given that it's taking him so long to build another unit. We can either respond with our own bikes or we can go tank. I might just try and get a tick tank.
Unit ready.
Fighting a new hole. Forward. Do it better.
So now the problem is going to be that he's just going to take the other two pads. Like, he's going to ignore the pad that has the tick on it. There's no reason to fight there.
Missiles will smash him.
Building online.
It'll be a blood.
He's trying to pull his harvester. It's too late.
Warhead launched. Unit offline. Unit offline. Ready to serve.
Buggy.
Unit ready.
Tank moving position.
What's needed?
Ready to dig deep.
Would be better off with Scorpion probably. Although, hard to say exactly. This is the problem, right? Is that we make a tick tank, we burrow it, and then we don't really have a great way to protect it from incoming laser. Because Militant is not a fantastic answer. Drill pod? I guess I could drill pod, but I don't really feel like I care too much about his flamers. So drill podding seems a bit pointless.
Let's go. Militia here.
Happy to fight.
Ready to serve.
Oh, he has Mutant? That's going to be a problem. Yeah, so Mutant Chuggy is going to be a real issue for me.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit
Probably
ready.
just need to win the game ASAP.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
Let's dig in there.
Yeah, I mean, we just hold these two pads and win the game. Alright, cool. Pretty good map, I guess. Once we're in position in the middle, it's real hard for him to crack it. The same would be true if he got into the position in the middle.
3, 2, 1. objective available.
Red cell. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea which one it actually is in the game mechanics. I don't know if Tick Tank gains hit points or gains actually has damage reduction. I wouldn't be surprised if it gained hit points. That seems like an easier way to do it mechanically. But I'd have to ask a dev who like made Tick Tank to get an answer to how it actually functions. I could maybe ask Joe, but I don't know if he'd know the answer to it. Because he's, you know, it wasn't really his side of things. Ooh. Not super hard to see mutants. They're just, oh my god. Welcome to Rivals, everyone.
Unit ready. Pistol launched.
No one sneaks up on me.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
Where's your Banshee going? Could be literally anywhere.
How is that possible?
It's just ridiculous, man. Every game. Oh my god, he didn't go for the half? Alright, I take it all back. I apologize. I was mistaken. I thought for sure that Banshee would just go straight to my harvester. Ah, there we go. Alright, we saw something to just kill on the way and stop.
Unit offline.
I just, like, if this, I don't think this kills my harvester and the money he gets is relevant before the game ends. Like, it maybe kills the harvester. Yeah, okay, there you go, Chief. Classic Rivals. Classic Rivals game right there.
There's no stopping you, is there?
Normally I don't emo people, but the, like, halve mutant to your halve play with boost before even seeing the halve, oh my god. I feel like this guy's a bike rusher. I'm gonna go wheels first and scout. No, he has a harvester. Oh.
Harvester ready. Unit ready.
Not sure why he went second rifle when he'd already seen the wheel. That doesn't make any sense. And there's a mutant. Alright, this is our own rifle.
Our base is under attack.
Pretty early mutant. Means he doesn't have enough money to tech switch. Kind of locked into the mutant.
Unit ready. Unit offline. Unit offline.
Oh no, that's fine. Is that gonna be in time? It might be actually.
Unit ready. Unit offline.
Still put it to win the missile. And there's Chuggy. So Mutant Chuggy is going to be a tough matchup for us, I think. Because we don't have a good way to kill the mutant. Like, we only have Militant, really, which is a horrible way to fight mutants. And then we're going to have to use Tick Tank to try and raider the Chuggy to death, but raidering with a Tick Tank feels bad. Because obviously it has the huge hit point bonus from borrowed. Or damage reduction, we're not sure which. Here come the mutants. Mutants actually kill Tick Tank, that's the problem.
Happy to see the militia force. Ready to what's Tick Tank, hungry for blood.
Good drill point. Again, we're really looking to just keep them off tempo if we can. So like when we have Flamer, it's fine. We can kill mutants with Flamer, whilst the Tick Tank can Raider. But with militants, it's not really feasible. So the fact that we don't have Flamer as an option available to us all the time is a bit of a problem.
Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Alright, Mojaz.
Harvester
Laser first. So if you go laser first against wheel, you tend to be in pretty good shape against the wheels, but you can go second laser when they have second wheel. means you can push in for the 2v2 a lot quicker. This guy has not done that though, he hasn't gone second laser, so maybe he's going straight into bites. I'm going to try and pressure the laser if that's the case. Alright, he's being pretty defensive with it. Yeah, he's gone straight into bites. I'm going to go tick tank. I still have the 2 wheels to fight the laser if it shows up. And the tick tank like hard counters the bites, so... we'll go into militant now. Obviously these wheels will not last long, but that's okay. Wheels fall off a lot. There's the chuggy. Not hyped about the chuggy. Good map though, because once because I got tempo, I was able to get into the middle sooner than him. Which means it's harder for him to break me. Yeah, no, I messed that one. I just blocked up top. So I wasted a drill pod as well, I didn't do anything.
Our base is under attack.
Save my bike trails in this way. It definitely will save them.
Ready to roll.
Flame trooper ready to burn.
Revving the engine.
Unit ready. Destroy the GDI.
Your command. Boyka ready to roll.
Looks like he wants to go for a base kill.
You're the boss. Gonna brain him.
Our base is under attack.
Advancing.
Unit offline.
These flamers are a pretty important unit in my composition here.
Rendo pod.
I can't do a drill pod back there. I think I need to send a tick tank back there. Catch it, which is going to be a problem. I don't know if this tick tank's going to fire quickly enough. Nope. Ah, Chuggy man. I messed up the first missile, but mostly I lost to Chuggy and this cat ship flying over my block. Because I couldn't put anything up here because I knew it was a Chuggy. So I can't drill pod it.
3, 2, 1. New mission received.
Down the middle. No, not down the middle, it's a hot zone.
Motivate the masses.
This one's definitely an insane Giga map. If I'm up against Giga, we're screwed. And I'm pretty sure Ensword is playing Giga at the moment. So the only way to beat Giga would be like ultra tempo victory. So we just need to like be really aggressive. We need to win the game long before the Giga cannon can take over. That's the only way we have a chance.
Building online.
Yeah, he's clearly trying to stall. And he's already gone War Factory.
Unit offline. Taking position. Unit ready. Bring them to their knees, brother.
It's not looking great so far. We'll probably just go Giga next, and then there's the Chuggy, really good against our deck. Yeah, this is why I don't like the lack of decent anti-infantry in the deck. I don't really know what we're supposed to do here. Like, fighting through the lasers with the Chuggy defending it is not reasonable.
Weapon launched. Unit ready.
We're super dead now. We are ultra dead. Because we need to win this game super fast to have a chance. And now we're behind.
Unit offline.
We really just don't have an outer laser jungle.
Unit ready. Unit offline. Unit offline. Militia forward.
Ready to dig time.
Ready to go.
Dig time.
Unit ready. The Brotherhood is
Ready to dig.
There's the Giga as well, so yeah, this is an absolutely horrible matchup.
Tank hungry for blood.
Unit offline. Unit offline.
Let's go to suck the life out of them.
Unit ready.
Let a militia forward. Ready to dig.
Unit ready. Ready to purify the place.
It'll be a bloodbath. What's up?
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Like, this deck is horrible against his deck. Absolutely horrible.
Missile launched. Our base has been destroyed. 3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Bamble.
Harvester ready.
They're moving.
See if he goes laser or if he goes straight into War Factory. He goes laser, alright, looks like he's real.
Building online. We're ready to serve. Militia 4K. What's needed? We're ready to serve. Unit offline. No more the Brotherhood. Brothers, move out. Unit ready.
Chuggy again, really horrible matchup.
We're ready to serve.
We have to go tick tank.
Militia here. Unit offline. Taking position.
Tick tank.
What's needed?
Ready to
Unit offline.
militia. Take on a sucker. Ready to stick it in aim to gorge.
Yeah, militants just don't hold out against Chuggy at all. They can't do any damage to a Chuggy.
What's advancing? Destroy the GDR.
Happy to tick.
Militia.
We're
We're ready to serve.
ready to dig. Aim to gorge.
Unit ready.
Militia. Tick tank.
Try and get tick tank borrowed.
Doing better.
Unit offline.
Fight fighters.
16 months X13 lad bits X13 lad bits X13 lad bits X13 lad bits X13 lad bits.
So brutal, the Chuggy is so disgusting.
Unit ready. What's destroy the GDR. We're ready to serve. Missile launched.
Tick tank.
Unit offline. Move out.
The borrowed tick is really my only game plan here.
Unbelievers. The unbelievers will be bettering up to their need.
Ready to I'm gonna suck it.
Go. Scum on.
I can
Kill the unit offline. Militia 4. Unit offline. Destroy the GD. We're ready to serve. Destroy the GD.
I mean, look how much money I have. Like, the deck is too cheap, if anything. Like, I have all this money and nothing to really spend it on. Like, I wish I had flamers instead of militants, because I could easily be able to keep up with the cost. I just have a much more powerful unit in that slot.
Unit offline.
ready to dig.
Nod, got it.
Tick tank. I can
Be ready for the Brotherhood.
I don't want to get fight for a tick.
Alright, we got him.
Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New objective.
Alright, this is gonna be the last game with this deck. It's kind of been exactly how I expected it to be. Like, it's a decent aggro deck, but you have to win most of your games with tempo, because if you get late game, it's really bad. And the Chuggy Giga deck absolutely crushed us. We've done better than I expected to against the other Chuggy decks, but the Chuggy Giga was not remotely close. And honestly, like, End Soldier with the Chuggy Giga kind of just wrecked us completely, and he's the best player we've played today. So a good Chuggy player, I think, is just not something this deck can really compete with,
We're ready to serve.
which is not great in this current meta game, because Chuggy is incredibly popular. So I really don't want to play a deck where I'm weak to Chuggy at the moment. That's definitely feels bad.
Nuclear weapon launched. Unit ready. 4K. What's needed?
I'd much rather have like a heavier anti-infantry unit.
We're ready. Advancing.
And I think the Scorpion, I mean, the tick has been good, honestly. Like, I actually don't, the tick has been better than I expected it to be. The problem has been the militants. Like, I think heavier anti-infantry would be better. Alright, well, here is another Giga player. Giga is just such a good counter to tick tank.
We're ready to port militia here.
Alright, we need to back out.
Sticking him in the ground.
I think we need to drill pod so we can get rid of these guys. Oh, and there is Chuggy Giga again. What a nightmare. Maybe we can just... We kind of just have to, like, win the game by being on the other pads. But yeah, it's obviously a horrendous matchup for me. Maybe this tick will come in and keep the Giga. No, not even a little bit. This is like the most popular deck in the Nod as well at the moment, the Chuggy Giga. And it's just a horrible matchup. So yeah, this is Would not recommend this deck based on this. Like, this is the most popular deck, and this deck sucks versus it. So you really don't want to be playing the deck that gets crushed by the best deck. It just can't do anything to Giga Cannon. And I haven't, like, my air unit is Phantom. I actually don't really know why we have a Phantom either. Like, we don't have the ground covered. Like, normally you play Phantom when your deck is so strong that you win on the ground. So if you have, like, Flamer, Scorpion, you can reasonably reliably win on the ground a lot. This deck doesn't have that. It has Militant and Tick. So it doesn't reliably enough win the ground battle to then win the game with, to then win the air battle with Phantom and be set for life. Alright, I think we're going to win this one, but this is a really bad map for his deck, and that's probably the only reason we won. Like, Giga is not good on middle, on, what's the one called? Broken Mesa. So you can see how hard it was to kill the Gigas, like they were a real problem. So yeah, wouldn't really recommend this deck based on those reasons. Would probably just stay away from it. I don't really think there's any reason to play Tick. I don't think there's any reason to play Militant Wheel combo at the moment. I think that's not a good combo. So yeah, it's okay. I went like 8-2, which is fine. But, you know, I have 56-0 with Mutant Chuggy. I have 10-0 with the Sniper deck. So yeah, 80% is dramatically lower than 100% over 56 battles. So yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Wouldn't recommend that one. The GDI, pretty good. Pretty close to my Sniper deck. I do like this one, but the Nod, I don't think it's good in this metagame. There are metagames where this would have been strong, but I don't think this is one of them. It's just not good in the current climate, because there's too much Giga and Mutant and Chuggy around. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll see you all next time.